The film begins in 1993, where a girl named Lisa is seen on a bus heading to a town. She has been called there to restore a damaged painting, which is her profession. 3 scientists get on the same bus, Tracy, Madison, and Guerin, who quickly become good friends with Lisa. They are scientists and traveling to a nearby village in the same town to conduct animal research. At night, they reach the town and Lisa enjoys their company. She suggests that after finishing their work, they should go sightseeing. Tracy agrees and mentions that their work will be over in a few days and they'll meet at a nearby bar. The 3 scientists head toward the forest while Lisa departs for her hotel. The next day, Lisa waits at a bus stop to reach the mansion where she is supposed to restore the painting. A local man tells her there are no buses coming and offers her a ride, revealing he is also headed to the mansion. During the ride, Lisa tells him about her restoration job. On arrival, Marcus introduces himself as a bar owner and invites her to visit his bar once her work is done. Lisa meets Emma, the young and beautiful owner of the mansion. Emma shows her a large painting covered in thick layers of dust and dirt, indicating years of neglect. Lisa's father was originally offered the job, but due to his busy schedule, she comes instead. Emma gives her 2 weeks to complete the restoration and hopes Lisa is as talented as her father. Lisa starts working, but after 4 hours, she manages to clean only a small section. During work, she hears humming and starts following the voice. She sees a girl on the rooftop. When Lisa tries to talk to her, the girl runs away, leaving Lisa puzzled. Later in the forest, Guerin installs a sound device to record animal noises but hears a strange sound that doesn't seem animal-like. While investigating, he is attacked and captured. His scream wakes up the girls in the tent. Madison checks and finds his cap stained with blood. Before she can say much, she is also taken. Tracy is knocked unconscious shortly after. When Tracy wakes up, she finds herself in a filthy, old dungeon-like place, along with her friends who are also locked in. A well stands at the center of the room, and a sickly man is already imprisoned there. The mansion, Emma visits Lisa's workspace and praises her progress. Lisa asks about the humming girl and Emma reveals she is her daughter Julia, who has trouble socializing. Later, during dinner, Lisa asks Julia about her school, which angers her and she leaves. Emma explains that her daughter has a personality disorder and doesn't go to school anymore. Back in the dungeon, a large, strong man who appears mentally unstable enters. He is a butcher and behaves like a zombie. Guerin angrily questions him but is violently beaten. The butcher eventually kills him using a large knife and throws his body into the well where something inside attacks him. Lisa sees a monstrous face in the painting while working and injures herself. Later, she sees a vision of her father telling her to leave immediately before cutting his throat. When she blinks, he disappears, revealing it was a hallucination. In the dungeon, the other prisoner Rocco claims to know an escape route but can't open the exit. Madison throws him a paper cutter, hoping to get out of there. Back in the mansion, Lisa, sleeping in her room, is attacked in her dream by a bald, naked woman who strangles her. She wakes up terrified, only to see the same woman in the painting, and she hears painful screams of a girl. Julia appears and explains that the bald woman is a witch who has lived in the mansion for years. Painting is cursed, and restoring it would bring a curse upon Lisa too. She advises Lisa to leave the work and escape. Confused, Lisa visits Marcus and shares her fears. She tells him about the strange painting and terrifying dreams. He dismisses her concerns, suggesting it might be due to work stress. Marcus encourages her and acknowledges that time is short for restoring the painting but expresses confidence in Lisa's abilities. He believes Lisa will complete the task successfully and make her father proud. Meanwhile, the butcher returns. He lowers a pot tied with a rope into the well again. Inside the well, a mysterious being slices its hand and drips blood into the pot. The butcher pulls the pot back up and sets it aside. He then approaches Rocco, intending to throw him into the well. Madison realizes that if this man dies, they might lose their only chance to escape. To distract the butcher, she starts yelling and hurling insults at him. The butcher turns his attention to her, unlocks her cell and drags her out. He brutally cuts off one of her hands with his knife and continues to torture her. He selects the most terrifying weapon from a variety of deadly tools and starts peeling skin and flesh from her stomach, causing her immense pain. Then, he proceeds to peel the skin from her face, even pulling out one of her eyes. Finally, he throws her into the well. This time, the creature inside the well is revealed. It is a terrifying monster that closely resembles the figure in the painting. gruesomely disembowels Madison and devours her internal organs, leading to her horrifying death. The next day, Julia sees a couple together and, feeling jealous, begins crying. Lisa approaches her and gently asks what's troubling her. Julia blames her mother, saying she feels neglected and unloved, destined to be alone forever. Emma enters the room just then, prompting her daughter to yell in anger and ask her to leave. Julia expresses deep resentment, saying she doesn't even want to see her mother's face. Emma escorts Lisa out and explains that her daughter longs for companionship, someone older than her. But Emma cannot permit that since she is still very young. Their conflicts stem from this tension. That night, after working on the painting, Lisa has another disturbing dream. Tracy appears in her room, pushing a wheelchair with her severely wounded friend on it. His body is bloodied and torn. Tracy weeps and begs for help, but just as Lisa reacts, she wakes up, realizing it was another nightmare. Deeply shaken, Lisa visits Marcus and shares her growing fear. She tells him she feels a strange, dark presence in the mansion and doesn't want to stay anymore. Marcus dismisses her fear, attributing it to stress and advising her not to abandon her work. He claims to have never experienced anything strange himself. Lisa then asks about the 3 scientists she arrived with and whether they visited his bar. He denies seeing anyone besides her. This surprises Lisa, as she distinctly remembers asking them to meet at the bar after finishing their work. Marcus suggests they might have returned early and offers to take her on a trip once her work is complete, to help ease her tension. Starting to believe that her anxiety might be caused by stress, Lisa takes sleeping pills before bed. Suddenly, she hears the sound of a girl crying in the bathtub. When she pulls the curtain, she sees Madison, missing a hand and an eye, lying in agony. Panicked, Lisa runs out but is stopped by Emma, who sees water overflowing from the bathtub. She questions Lisa, then notices the stress medication and asks if Lisa is using drugs. Lisa pleads for a break, saying she can't continue in her current state, but Emma refuses. She reminds Lisa that her father signed an agreement. If Lisa fails to finish on time, Emma will shut down their studio. Meanwhile, Rocco manages to open an escape route, but just as he tries to flee, the monstrous creature catches him and devours him piece by piece. Tracy hears his painful screams and trembles in fear. Back in the mansion, Emma drinks a blood-like liquid. Suddenly, the bald witch appears behind her, confirming that Julia was telling the truth. The witch really resides in the mansion. Their familiarity suggests that Emma and the witch know each other. As Lisa continues cleaning the painting, she witnesses a horrifying vision. An image of a young girl being sacrificed by hanging. Julia arrives, visibly shaken, and begs Lisa to stop restoring the painting. She finally reveals the truth. Painting was created in 1493 and depicts a horrific real-life ritual. In the past, a group of demonic cultists sacrificed a young girl to summon a terrifying creature, hoping to gain control over it for their own dark purposes. Painting memorializes this dreadful event. The scene also shows Emma standing alongside the witch, implying Emma herself is a witch. Both appear to be chanting an incantation intended to summon or control the monster shown in the painting. Creature kneels before them, signaling that it has been brought under control. Julia reveals to Lisa that it was her mother who revived the curse long ago. Emma controlled the creature so she could drink its blood and remain eternally young and beautiful. To Emma, the curse was more of a treasure than a burden. Emma not only cursed herself but also her daughter. That time, Julia was 13 years old, and the curse froze her age at that point. But tonight, the curse is about to expire, just like it did on the previous Red Moon night. The moonlight touches the fully restored painting at midnight. The curse will be revived for another 500 years. Julia urges Lisa to stop restoring the painting. However, Lisa believes it's just a fabricated story and insists on finishing her work that night. Julia warns that the creature is hidden in the dungeon well and that 3 people have been captured to feed it. She describes them, and Lisa realizes they are Tracy and her 2 friends. Lisa demands to know their whereabouts, and Julia takes her to a secret door connected to the mansion. Inside, she points to the butcher, saying he's the one who captures people to feed the creature. The dungeon is revealed to be directly connected to the mansion. As the butcher prepares to feed the creature, Emma calls Julia away. Lisa enters alone and finds an old weapon. As she follows the butcher, she accidentally makes a noise. The butcher, alerted, comes to check but finds only rats and moves on. He then approaches Tracy's cell and attempts to assault her. Tracy kicks him and tries to escape but falls and is recaptured. The butcher heats a knife and and burns her face, leaving her in agony. He lifts her to throw into the well, but Lisa attacks him in time. Tracy clings to the edge, and Lisa rescues her after severely injuring the butcher. When the butcher regains consciousness, he sees there's no one left to feed the creature. The starving creature climbs out and devours the butcher violently. Lisa and Tracy try to flee the mansion, but Marcus arrives with a crossbow. He kills Tracy by shooting her in the mouth and then forces Lisa back inside. There, other members involved in the curse await and force her to continue restoring the painting. While working, Lisa sees images of both Emma and Marcus in the painting, realizing he is also a part of the curse. Lisa also sees the spells used to summon and control the creature. Just then, Julia interrupts and attempts to burn the painting with a candle, but Emma stops her, claiming everything is done for her sake. Julia refutes her, saying she only acted selfishly. Though old in spirit, her soul remains trapped in a child's body due to the curse. She expresses her anguish and pain. Emma instructs Marcus to kill her daughter, but Lisa intervenes, splashing the painting restoration solvent on his face. Emma retaliates with a crossbow and injures Lisa. She then tries to kill her daughter, but before she can, midnight passes. Since the painting is not fully restored, the red moonlight does not touch it completely, and the curse breaks. Everyone involved in the curse starts to age rapidly. Their true ancient forms surface, and they crumble into ashes. Julia also begins to age. She apologizes to Lisa, says her time has come, and dies, finally free and at peace. Lisa, though injured, manages to escape, but the creature emerges again. She quickly shuts the door and runs to the painting, uncovering the part with the spell. As the creature breaks in, Lisa recites the spell, causing it to writhe in pain. This time, she successfully controls it. The story jumps 30 years ahead. Painting, now completely restored, is displayed in the mansion. Lisa remains exactly the same, young and unchanged. She has turned the mansion into a lab and keeps the creature captive. She now sells the creature's blood to wealthy clients and has developed a method to keep the creature alive without feeding it humans. Lisa is also cursed, just as Julia had warned. The curse has devoured Lisa's goodness, turning her into a cruel, greedy person. Being a restoration expert, she continues reviving the curse repeatedly, using the creature for her own gain. With this haunting transformation, the film concludes. I hope you liked my video. If you did, please like and share it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We keep bringing such content regularly. Peace.